6.3 given in figure are example of some potential energy functions in one dimension. The total energy of the particle is indications by cross on the ordinate axis. In each case, specify the regions if any in which the particle cannot be found for the given energy. Also, indicate the minimum total energy the particle must have in each case. Think of the simple physical context for which these potential energy shapes are relevant. यहाँ पे हमें 4 फिगर दिए हुए हैं, फिगर A, B, C and D. Okay, as well as the graph which is versus potential versus X, alright, and as well as a cross capital E which is indicate what? Which is indicate our total energy. Okay, so figure number A में भी total energy को cross से show किया हुआ है, as well as over here and here also. ठीक है, चलो. Now we already know about the total energy is equal to what? Total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So E is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So what we can say about the kinetic energy? So kinetic energy is equal to what? Total energy minus potential energy. Okay, ये इक्वेशंस हमें कीप इन माइंड रखना है. एंड पोटेंशियल एनर्जी उसको हमें डिफाइन किया हुआ है V से. ऑलराइट, चलो. नाउ रिगार्डिंग अबाउट द काइनेटिक एनर्जी, सो काइनेटिक एनर्जी का इक्वेशंस हमें पता है कि Ke is equal to half mv square. ठीक है, काइनेटिक एनर्जी का इक्वेशंस हमें क्या पता है? 1/2 mv square. ठीक है, सो काइनेटिक एनर्जी जो होगा वो 0 होगा, अदरवाइज पॉजिटिव वैल्यू होगी, नेगेटिव वैल्यू नहीं आएगी. ठीक है, सो द काइनेटिक एनर्जी व्हिच इज नेवर नेगेटिव, सो देयरफॉर इफ the value which is negative, that time what we can say, the particle or we can say the object cannot exist in the particular region. ठीक है, so ये concept हमें keep in mind रखना है. चलो, now for the figure number 1, between this region, which region? X is equal to 0 to X is equal to 8, that means 0 यहाँ पे, X is equal to 8, that means ये region की बात करनी. So in this region potential energy is equal to 0. क्या? In this region potential energy is equal to 0. So using these equations potential energy is equal to 0, so kinetic energy is equal to total energy हो जाएगा. So therefore ये पॉइंट में क्या हो जाएगा? हमारी एनर्जी जो होगी which is kinetic energy होगी वो क्या हो जाएगी? हमारी पॉजिटिव. ऑलराइट, चलो. Then after this region x greater than d, that means ये पोर्शन जो है उसकी बात करें. So for these portions potential energy, that means V0 greater than this capital E. क्या? V0 that means potential energy which is greater than the total energy. So ये equations हमारा रहेगा. ठीक है, so therefore if the value of the potential energy which is greater than the total energy, so using these equations our kinetic energy which is what? Which is negative value. And as we discussed over here, if kinetic energy which is negative, so the particle or object does not exist in that particular region. कौन सी region में x greater than the A region में particle which is does not exist. Right? Similarly for the second case के लिए discussions करें तो ये हमारा V0 है. Then हम projections करें, this is our V1, this is our V2. So for all the region, for all the potential energy V0, V1, V2 and V3, for all the cases our potential energy which is greater than this value. So for all PE greater than PE, so PE greater than the E होगा. So using these equations kinetic energy which is negative and kinetic energy which is negative, so therefore particle not exist in all region. जो भी रीजन हमने नोट किया है वहां पे एग्जिस्ट नहीं करेगा. ठीक है, चलो. नाउ केस नंबर 3 में ऐसी फिगर है हमारे पास फॉर द x लेस देन एंड x ग्रेटर देन b. ठीक है, सो फॉर दैट कंडीशंस यहां पे पोटेंशियल एनर्जी दिस वन एंड फॉर द अनदर रीजन -v1 है, सो किया हुआ है. ओके, सो फॉर दैट पोटेंशियल एनर्जी ग्रेटर देन द टोटल एनर्जी. ठीक है, सो ये केस होगा तो हमारी ऑब्वियसली काइनेटिक एनर्जी क्या हो जाएगी? विच इज नेगेटिव वैल्यू होगी. सो नेगेटिव वैल्यू के लिए कि particle does not exist in this given region. Alright, चलो now case number 4 यानी कि figure number 4 की बात अभी हमें करनी है. चलो capital E which is indicate what total energy. Okay, and potential energy which I am showing over here. This is V0 and this is our minus V1. ठीक है. So minus b by 2 less than x less than a by 2, that means this region, and another region कौन सी यानी कि ये region, and another one which one minus a by 2 less than x less than b by 2 यानी कि ये region की बात करनी. So for that conditions V0 and V1 वो तो greater than ही है किससे total energy से. So we can say as a potential energy which is greater than the total energy capital E. So therefore kinetic energy is what? Negative. So therefore particle does not exist in this given region. Alright. Example 6.4. The potential energy function for a particle executing linear simple harmonic motion is given by V of x is equal to kx square divided by 2, where k is the force constant of the oscillator. For k is equal to 0.5 Newton per meter, the graph of V of x versus x is shown as shown in figure. Then so that the particle total energy 1 joule moving under this potential must turn back when it reaches x is equal to plus or minus 2 meter. V of x is equal to given data में है kx square divided by 2. K is equal to 0.5 Newton per meter, which is our constant. Okay, E is equal to total energy, which is equal to we have to consider as a 1 joule. Then what we have to show? So that E is equal to 1 joule moving this potential must turn back when it reaches x is equal to plus or minus 2 meter. ठीक है. So यहाँ पे करना क्या है? As we know that total energy. As we know that total energy, that means E is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So total energy is equal to E. Kinetic energy is equal to 1 divided by 2 mv square plus potential energy. Potential energy given data में है क्या है? kx square divided by 2. ठीक है. In this case, it is reaches as x equal plus or minus 2 meter. So that time our v is equal to what? 0. So यहाँ पे v is equal to 0 हो जाएगा. So ये पूरा का पूरा टर्म क्या हो जाएगा? 0. So therefore E की वैल्यू हमें गिवन डेटा में है कितना है? 1 है. Is equal to 0. K is equal to what गिवन डेटा में है? 0.5 meter. Sorry, 0.5 Newton per meter and divided by 2 as it is into x square. ठीक है. So equations किसका ऑब्टेन करना है? We have to obtain the equation for this x. So therefore simplifications करें तो 0 plus this one, that means 0.5 की जगह पे हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? 1 divided by 2 or divided by 2 as it is into x square. ठीक है. So 1 is equal to 1 divided by 4 into x square. So therefore 4 is equal to x square. So therefore इसका रूट निकालेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? x is equal to